you go to YouTube, right? And I don't want to. Oh, I wanted to get into this. This is the EU, but we'll get into that a little later. But check this out, dude.
I'm starting my computer up right this second, so I don't have to be on this phone confined to it.
Buzzing. I could hear your buzzing.
Am I buzzing?
Buzzing so gnarly.
Nice. Hey, what's up, Medic?
Hey, man, how y'all doing?
What's going on,
Good.
man?
How are you doing?
Man, winding it down here in Texas, man. Getting ready for tomorrow.
Nice.
You know, but it's nice. It's been a great day to be overall, man. It really has. I'm like, this is like I had like a nice. I got caught up on some sleep. Feeling good, man.
That's good to hear, man. Because we just want you to be well. Especially with what Matt was talking about last night. There's a whole bunch of ways for us to get healthy we don't even know about.
Right. That's the truth. No, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. We all have to try to help one another out,
Yeah, I feel the love.
You got those migraines, Medic?
Yeah, I get them really bad, man. Oftentimes, it's. I think I want to say it's triggered, by like atmospheric pressure. I'm really sensitive to it, I think.
Yeah.
So now, because like I got that scar on my brain, so basically that's real estate inside my skull that I don't have. So anytime there's any inflammation or pressure or anything, right, I feel it so bad. I feel
the inflammation, what they're doing to us, the inflammation is real, dude. That's the first sign that with all these GMOs and stuff, that's the first thing it does is it inflames. So everybody has a different reaction to it. Like my inflammation fuck with my knees.
Right.
I
think I'm a
But like people will have. Right. Right.
Go ahead.
No, I mean everybody's different, and like with me, I could feel my knees with the inflammation, and what it does to the body, dude, is it's just like a subtle inflammation of everything, and that'll put everything out of whack. And they know that, dude. And now we have the medical industry pretty much running, because the people that run our country is pretty much the conglomerates and the big money corporations and industries and stuff. So the medical is right there. So they profit off of our not doing well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I got some friends who do. They do basically the billing side of the house for the hospitals and stuff, right? And it's ICD-9, ICD-10. It's just medical code, and like my network, I have to protect the church. The church owns most of these hospitals. It's a Catholic charities organization. And they say, protect the HIPAA because that's your job, but more than anything, protect this money because it's God's money. That's how they see it. And, man, they are cleaning out Medicare accounts, Medicaid accounts, private insurance. They're making sure they check every box.
That's crazy. Hey, Bernie Trump, you're buzzing like gnarly, dude.
Sorry, man. I'm about to switch to my other device. I just booted up my computer. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Yeah, when you do it, let me know because I wanted to play this. This has smoke curtains. This has the Nexrad. This I don't know. It's about 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. And this is like crucial shit I want to show you right here. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss.
I think they're doing that exact same thing over England right now.
What, the Nexrad?
Right. They're setting up a huge rain bomb right on top of like Scotland and England. I got a picture. Oh, I don't know if I still have it of the.
I'm still trying to find out how they make these rain bombs. I'm looking into this. Like I do most of my research on weather warfare.
Yeah.
And obviously that that right now they're scrubbing the internet of stuff. Like even like for 2 weeks ago. Like all the stuff, I mean, you can still find it because you can't really scrub the internet because it keeps popping back up. Yeah. But like, I know they're conducting something overseas, but on the East Coast they're also conducting something, and these weather bombs, I really want to know how they're put together, like
Here's
exactly.
how. Okay, I got a picture in Corpus Christi Bay the other day. What do you think those water spouts are actually doing? Do you think that's a way that they can harness the actual water itself?
All right, well, this is
Because
in it
there's
what I
tons
have
of
right here. All right, well, check this out, okay? Let me play this right now that we have some people here. Check this out, because this is like caught on camera. Okay, so what they do, obviously, we know that they use chemtrails, whatever. We know that, and we know that it's frequency and the chemtrails. But look at how they do this, right? I rewound it just a little farther back, but check this out. All right, check this out. See those downdrafts?
right.
See that?
That's
Yeah, these are manipulated, and they do it over land. See, I was researching into Nexrad. Nexrad is only over land because they need all of those towers working in tandem.
yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, that's why they go. Oh, and here's the smoke curtains. Let me just pause it really quick. Because they use them in tandem, right? So on here, after the smoke curtains, it catches it and it'll show you how it's working in tandem. But I was thinking, I was going, why aren't they messing with it over the Atlantic? Because they can't. They don't have enough Nexrads, I bet,
Right.
on ships.
They don't have the
So they
hardware.
could yeah, because it's a long. I mean, that's miles and miles, and they have to. They have United States set up, right? They
Mhm.
got it set up with Nextrads everywhere. You're gonna see it in a couple when I play this. But I just wanted to show you in the 1920s they had this right here. This is called a smoke curtain, and look, just watch. This is 1920s, dude, and see how they had the ships and they have it moving. I don't know how the hell they have it moving, or if it's just a plane. And this is the plane, so I thought it was at first, but they have this, and it basically is like a wall of. That's what they call a smoke curtain. You
Okay,
know,
right there. Stay on that picture right there. Let me show you something. When they get that upper level low, come in over, like, let's say the Houston area, right?
uh-huh.
All that moisture that comes out of Baja, it's like a conveyor belt. I've seen it work, and it comes
Yep.
from the west, and it just channels straight past Texas. Like, we get our storms because they're flooding Texas, right? But they get sent straight up to like Missouri and Louisiana, and it just like continuously brings it in from Baja. It's
Right,
crazy how it works.
because what the Russians, I listened to this Russian documentary, and what they said was, is they've been doing this for a while, and people talk about cloud seeding. Well, the Russian scientist was saying that the weather warfare was stuck because they could seed it, but they couldn't move it. And that's where you get into these tones, you get into manipulating the jet stream, and because they need to move it, they need to harness it and then move it, because they can't. They could like drop all day all that stuff and do all that stuff, but if they can't manipulate the already existing current, they have a problem. They need that force already there, and then they manipulate it. And there's this. I'm gonna try to find it. It's in it's overseas somewhere, like in Belgium or something. And in the front of the storm, they're on the beach, right? And then all of a sudden they start hearing these wild tones. It sounds like Armageddon. It's just like it's all these low vibration tones and stuff. And all of a sudden they start getting this really fast moving pattern of like it starts coming in like really quick, and it starts getting like they're on the beach, and it goes from like really nice to like gnarly, dark, crazy with all these tones. And they say that if you're in the front in the certain conditions, you could hear them steering it, and the way that they steer it is with these low vibration, low frequency tones.
Hmm.
Yeah. Here,
Oh,
let
I
me.
think they got the steering. They got that. They got it under control. They know exactly what they're doing
Yeah,
now.
these bands that they have right here, that's a definite sign of. I mean,
Cause see what
obviously.
that does? What that does, I think, is it pulls the moisture out of the Gulf of California, right? And it puts it in the
Oh,
atmosphere. And then that upper level low just channels it because of the way the winds turn, just channels it straight into
and they probably hit that with radio frequency too to like pull it
more
in
than
like a
likely.
magnet.
Yep. I bet.
And then I'll show you. It goes this. Just one more second. Right here is where the next rads come in, and this is like hard to find on the internet. But
Man,
check this.
October 1st, when they hit that ICANN, man, we're gonna get screwed on the internet, on freedom of speech, and on what we can get our hands on. It's gonna be filtered.
It's already filtered, but it's going to be way more filtered.
Right.
All right,
Right.
check this
We're
out.
seeing the beginnings of it now.
Yep. Oh, we're seeing the start of it. Yeah, and you're seeing Google. All right, check this out.
Right,
See how they work in tandem? See how they work in tandem? And if they do it from the East Coast to West Coast like they're doing in front of the storm, it dissipates them. Right? That's the one mode. That's the one mode of Nextrad. Right there.
Wow.
The second mode of Nextrad is incubation mode, and that's where you just kind of get this 50%, this like whatever kind of just like stewing like this, right? And these will grow the systems.
Ah, that's what I've been watching. Yes.
Yeah.
They know how to grow them.
But they also need the thing that you're talking about, the jet stream, because that maneuvers it. See, they can't really maneuver. Yeah, see, they can't really do their. Right now, you're seeing it like incubate, but they can't really steer it towards somewhere that they want to hit. It'll just kind of like right, and it'll kind of like get bigger, and it'll they could grow storm, but they can't steer it. Steering it is what weather warfare is all about, so they can hit a direct place.
Here's what I think happened. Like, there used to always be an upper level high during the summertime, right above like Houston, and it would cover like into Louisiana. It'd cover a large area, right? That, because they couldn't steer it at the time, that would deflect major storms and hurricanes because it protects the refinery. Right. Well, now they know how to steer it because Katrina proved it. Because guess what happened after Katrina? Rita. I was on that recovery effort, and then I came into Houston. I was on that recovery effort. And they can steer them. They can walk them straight into your front door now.
Yep. And I'm in California, and what my repercussions are in California is we get drought because they're taking that band
what should be your water.
What should be our water, and they're rerouting it.
Wow.
So we get a drought. Yeah. So we don't get any storms.
My mom's really from Santa Ana, and I really feel sorry for California, man. They're really getting their water stolen.
We're getting nailed on a lot of different.
Have y'all heard of something called the Aqua Dollar yet?
What's that?
The Aqua Dollar. Like, basically, water will be money because Nestle and all them lobbied the Congress and said make them pay for it. It's not a human right, And so like Coke and all them, they all own it. Do you know that Houston City Water is not even owned by the state of Texas or anybody in the state? It's owned by a French company called Suez. Suez, it's a French company, should not own Houston City Water.
Right, and companies like Nestle are going into the Great Lakes. They're filling these giant bladders full of water, and then they're shipping them off to China to bottle, and then they're shipping them back to sell to Americans. That's what they're doing.
Man.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And they're going to be doing that with chicken. They're going to be doing that with food. They're going to be doing that with everything. And my question is that's more cost affordable than, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to tell me about saving the planet and CO2 footprint and all this. You're telling me that all the fuel that you're wasting and all that going to China and back is better than just doing it here? Like, we don't need to do that.
Well, think about it. You just made a great point. Think about it, because if they can ship it back, then that means they can relabel it, and they don't have to say it's GMO if it's coming back from a different facility.
Oh,
and
man.
Not even just the GMOs, but all the chemicals that they add to it as well.
No doubt, Eric.
Yeah, Dabu was getting into that on Friday night. He was showing all of the stuff, like everything that you when you go to the store, like, you don't even want to get box food. You don't even want to get anything. Like, I stopped eating cereal because I was amazed. All the cereal is GMO.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
And I
do.
mean, and it's not just cereal; it's everything. It's like literally everything. That's why I prepare my meals, and it takes longer, but it's well worth it.
Hey, you know those little sacks of beans that are always really cheap on the bottom shelf of the supermarket?
Uh
I've
huh.
been stocking up on those because I don't think those are GMO yet, and the kids love them, so I make the shit out of some beans, man.
Yeah, here in California, they just can't. Well, it's gonna be nationwide. Um, but here it's a little bit more like people really want. They don't want GMO, but now
Mhm.
they passed that Dark Act, and you're really gonna have to go to the store and really do like your work to get non-GMO stuff. Because I figure with all you're doing, going to the store and doing all that, and the time that it takes, you're still probably getting GMO stuff. But at least you could try not to get stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
somewhere in there. There's gonna be stuff like I was looking on it, and like all of it, like Coke, Diet, everything is GMO. So you gotta like really go out of your way and really think about it not to get anything GMO.
Man, I think I was talking to Bernie earlier about it, like with the Coke and all that. Because of my excessively high risk for cancer, I had to give up all the soda waters, man, so I could I'll drink Sprite and Mountain Dew, but because I love caffeine. But the Cokes, man, I have a bad feeling about like the dark colored ones.
Uh
Just
huh.
got now. I think you're right though. With some GMOs, I think they got a high cancer risk.
Yeah, me too.
Damn
Uh,
shame.
Yo, Eric, do you know of that thing that Dabu had on that stream? He was showing that chart. You
Which
know,
chart?
that had like everything that was basically made by like the 5 companies.
Oh yeah, I'll pull
Oh,
that
I
up
do
real
remember that
quick.
chart.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Man, this is what I fought for when
All
I was
right,
in
you
law
want me to
school.
do a screen share?
Yeah, you're up.
All right. The heck is the hangout? There we go. Talking about this.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
this, man?
that's the one, man. Good lord.
Look at everything. I started going through and looking at each one, and I was just flat amazed. I was like, no way, man. Like, look it up here, dude. Look at all this. My Cheerios is on there,
Oh
and
my
like,
gosh.
everything. Everything. You just cheese, and and then, what's that oil he was talking about?
Canola oil?
No,
Like cooking oil?
it's this oil they add to like everything.
Oh wow.
Oh, TBHQ.
TBHQ. And that's definitely cancer causing. If you go to Taco Bell, they have a blatant sign right behind the register that says the food will cause cancer. It's hard. I swear to God. And I saw it and I was like, wait, and I didn't even go. I was like, wait a minute, and I got the hell out of there. I was like, wait, I can't eat a taco from Taco Bell, and it says it blatantly, but you have to go, and I had to like lean over to read it, and I was like, oh my God. They just put
Hey,
it right there, and they make it little enough to where you can't really tell in line what the hell it says.
yeah. Do you know what I saw written on the side of a truck at Taco Bell on the 18-wheeler? It said grade E beef but edible.
Oh my God, what
Say
does that
Like,
great.
even
what the
mean?
hell?
What does that even mean?
I know, it's like the scraps, you know. No, it's still good. It ain't rotten yet. Go ahead and cook it up.
Yeah, I know grade C is pretty bad, and that's what they feed to prisoners. And
Right.
like grade
I mean, why do you
D
think them
is
tacos
even
are a
worse,
dollar?
and they feed to like schools.
Yeah, them tacos are a dollar for a reason, man.
I
And then
know.
another thing. Oh wait, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I know. See, people get, like, oh, I just want to eat cheap, whatever, but that's
Uh-huh.
coming at a price, and the price is going to be a couple years down the road. Because believe me, I think it catches up with you way quicker than people want to admit to themselves.
Yeah. No, my lady ran a Taco Bell for 10 years in Austin, and I got all the dirt on them, man. I was doing right before I graduated, I was an intern with Taco Bell IT. I was kind of thinking about getting a job there. Man, first of all, $91 million a year ain't bad for this one company that runs all the Taco Bells in Austin. And wow, once you really get in there and get to see the numbers and get to see their books, you really get to see you don't ever want to eat there ever again.
Ever again.
You know, like I don't care how drunk I am or how high I am. I can't pull that trigger, man. Not anymore.
I know.
I'm looking at the grade E beef right now. It has like no nutritional value at all.
That's
It's
what I thought.
literally the worst, fattiest meat out there.
Where'd you
Right,
get that
it's
graphic?
crap.
I just put it on Google.
Can you link to it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man. See, this is stuff. This is why I defended the freedom of America, so we'd have the freedom to do this right now and share knowledge.
Well, we still do, man. It might change in
Until
October.
October 1st. They're gonna listen in on us after that. I bet you money.
Well,
Oh,
they're
they listening to us
Yeah.
already, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. I always hear the they pop up. You know, when you hear like a lag or something, you know it. You know it. They are listening.
And they're not just listening, man. Like my computer was taken over, and it like when you, I think in the past couple weeks, like a big like online operation has gone on because I can't even just say that it's just one of my things. I don't know how they do it, but they get into all they I don't know what they do, but there's hackers and there's like big, probably in like rooms that they're just like lined up and they're keeping track of truthers, they're keeping track of everything.
I noticed that the other day, now that you mentioned it, man, because I had to do my wife was out of town, I had to do a huge overhaul on the entire system and beef up all the security because it all had gotten knocked back down to defaults. So I had to go back in and change everything to off.
Oh my God, I have to do that on my phone every day. Every day I have to go in and I have a security set up for like antivirus stuff like that, and every day it'll be off. And I'm going, why? I just put that on, and all of them will be off because I have multiple ones, and I have to go every day. And if I forget, and I'm going, wait, how are they turning that off? You know what I mean? How are they shutting it down? Because I don't think. Obviously, they could go around that. I mean, obviously, if they have the technology, NSA-style stuff, they can get in through anything that you're thinking that's protecting you.
No doubt. There's always a back door, man.
Always a back door.
I got access to my network, the network that I still have access to. I got my direct network. I got 3,900 plus nodes on it, right? I could reach out and touch anybody. That's supporting about 13,000 devices. So I can go in there and I can shut it off. I can reset anybody I can touch. But if I open up the location field, I can reach out and touch thousands of more nodes at different facilities.
Wow.
One day I signed in, right, and I used to have just my network, right, and then the other day, I mean, very recently, I logged in and I had access to all of it, and I'm like, I never had those credentials before, but I'm not going to say nothing, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you were in there, and they're opening it up. You're probably coming across that they're opening it up to whatever shady third party is doing this.
Probably.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I don't even know. They haven't given me a name yet or nothing on who's working with us.
Yeah, and it's all about these. That's what fascism is. It's corporate. It's corporate power. People think that the government is by the people, for the people. No. You could see obviously right now that everything. I mean, the news. Look at the news. There's stuff that I come across and I'm like, why didn't I, hear this? Even on the internet, on sites and stuff. Like, it's just like blacked out, and you really have to search for the news now. You have to like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you have to read between the lines because they're just overtly lying now.
Oh, blatantly. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
and
like
this
BS, man.
and this is what they'll say. They'll go they'll say in an article, they'll go we believe da 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 da, and it's like, well, what is that? Like, what is
Right.
that? Like, you know
Right.
what I'm
I would
saying?
thought it would be objective, something you can prove instead of just some
Yeah.
BS that you're regurgitating.
And they'll
They're
write
gonna,
that in articles and stuff, and you're going like, well, what does that mean? Is that just your opinion?
right. Like for example, when I report stuff on, like, let's say with the team here, right? I make sure that it is objective truth. You know, objectivity. Because in my medical career, I've learned that objectivity will win or lose a fight. And then I get in here and they're all saying, well, we heard, he said, and I'm like, but you can't prove anything, so skip it. But no, they take it like a dog on a bone.
Like all those animal die-offs, they go, oh, we believe it's this or that. They haven't done any research into it, but they just put it out like, oh, they believe, and then they'll write articles, and then that'll get echoed, and then you'll hear people go, oh no, that was da 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 da, and you go, no, they're just saying they believe or they
Yeah.
think, you know. It's just crazy, man. Oh, and then okay, I wanted to show you this. This was scary. The EU, this is Revelation 13 stuff right here. The
Wow.
EU's £1 trillion plans kept secret after the referendum for the army,
Oh
for
my
an
geez, that's
EU
a lot of
army.
money.
Oh yeah, I mean that's money for that's like army building money right there
Yeah.
for the beast army coming up.
When you think about it, that's a lot of soldiers you got to feed, right? GMOs.
Uh-huh.
Feed them
Uh-huh.
GMOs. That's unfortunate.
And I had a friend, and when he went in, he told me that they just stick them with all kinds of shots. They don't know what they're getting shot up with. You know what I'm saying? When they go to the medic, they just get when they have to go in for all their stuff, they just get all kinds of stuff just plunged into them.
Man, when I lined up at basic training in Fort Benning, Georgia, I lined up and they had 6 guns, a needle, and then they put some polio drops under my tongue at the end of the line.
17 of them total at Sand Hill, brother. No
There
joke.
you go, Richie. What's up?
What's up,
Yeah,
guys?
I got so many damn shots.
A friend of mine actually just joined the Marines 2 years ago, and right when he got out of basic training, he got about 20 shots.
Yeah.
It was 17 when I was in. 20 sounds about right because I'm sure they got to throw Zika and everything else in there now.
And then when I got to Germany, this was back in the 90s, right? When I got to Germany, they were like, hey, and thoroughly cook your food because we got mad cow we're dealing with. I was like, you assholes, now I got to worry about mad cow.
What's up, Richie? Hey,
What's going on?
hey, man. It's good to see you on the stream. I don't think I've seen you on the stream in a while, man. It's been a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, yeah.
Hey, Richie, we've been seeing your skies, man. Real worried about Boston, dude.
Boston's off the hook right now. It's worse than I've ever seen, ever. And I kind of thought that was coming after seeing the Smithsonian re-release that document debunking everything. But
Yeah, Smithsonian
something's up
straight
there,
up
man.
said, this
There's
is what we're putting
something
on
up there
the
that can
record.
hide. Say that again?
The Smithsonian came out and said, this is for the permanent record. Here we go. And then just lied. Because
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the end all.
They've been doing that forever, brother. That's the rich people right there. They come out here and they erase our history. That's what they've been doing for time immemorial.
It's sad to see my America come to this, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
You guys know of any operational names or anything that's going on in Boston? What can I put into the thing to get some pictures or something?
Boston wrapped up yesterday. They finished it up during the day yesterday, but there's no name for it. There's no nothing. DOD still hasn't commented. It's just none of
So
our
they're pretty
business.
much at
Shelter in
nothing,
place
man.
and shut up.
Right.
Hey,
That's
what
like
about
this.
North Dakota, man? Did that governor just tell everybody to shelter in place in North Dakota?
Because of the Indians,
Right, because they want their water and they
Protesting?
want to be able to drink it.
Right. Yeah. No. It's cheaper to bring the police in to have keep the protesters in check than it is to release the water that's clean for them to drink. You know what I mean?
Did you guys
Yeah.
see when those stooges from the corporation came and met the Indians and they brought them bottled water and a pack of cigarettes? And the Indians looked at it and were like, "What the hell is this?"
Thanks for the smokes, man.
It was like the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. They're like, that's all right. You can take that shit back.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
going to go ahead.
that's it.
It was so embarrassing. I was like, oh, my God.
Stooges, man.
Yeah, that hurricane is looking like there's more things over there, too.
Hey, have you guys talked about the VMAs right now?
Okay, right, let's do that. There's like 15 channels that shit was on right now.
Yeah, Lee Stewie's doing some sending in some photos of what's pretty much the
When is this
what's
going down?
on
Right now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on it's on MTV, Comedy Central, VH1. It's on like BET. It's on every channel. Is covered in some exotic crap.
Look at
Every
this.
channel is broadcasting this simultaneously, like
Right.
I've never seen before.
They're pushing it.
Yeah, usually it's just MTV, man. They're pushing it on every channel.
I'm gonna do a
You guys gotta
screen
get
share
rid of
really
your
quick.
televisions, man. There's no future
Yeah,
in
go
it.
ahead, man.
Let
Right.
me do the screen share.
And I was saying just the other day that I was in the hospital, right, and I seen these young girls from the radiology department, and these younger girls are getting tatted up with these Illuminati little triangles and circles and stuff. I'm like, you guys have any idea what the hell what the hell that means? Oh no, it just looks cool.
Yeah, they're full out. It's full on Satanism now.
Yeah.
It's out in your face. It's like it's the most blatant ever.
And there's a reason for that.
Blatant.
There's a
Correct.
reason for that.
Yeah, it's part
It's
of
all
the
by design. They're out here now. They're out here. This isn't our country anymore. They're taking the planet, whether we like it or not.
and
Right, Richie.
what they're doing with the actors and actresses is they're making it sound cool. They're making it sound trendy. They're making it sound in when it's the least from that. You know, child abuse, ritual murder, all this stuff is not cool. It's not cool at all.
It's demoralizing. They're demoralizing our generation.
Exactly. I don't know. I think it's more along the lines of intimidation. And if you want this contract, go along with what we want you to do. You need to do this magazine shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
That's exactly what it is, and that's how they get them is through the contracts. Because
No,
the
that's on
contracts,
them. That's on them. You know what I mean? Riches in this life, it's not worth it.
I actually just noticed in this photo that there's sheep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
there's
you
also
go.
the
That's
cat,
what
and Christina pointed out the calves reference, and then there's the cats. So you have the cats and the calves.
Oh, check this out. So we watched that
Big
movie,
warriors.
World of Warcraft today on bootleg, you know, just so the kid could have something to do on Sunday. We watched it with him. Man, if you look at that movie from an NWO standpoint, it's really wild how the orcs are coming in and just saying, we're taking over whether you like it or not. And I'm like, oh my God, that's really happening in real life.
yeah, and a lot of video games they have that blatant, just like the programming and stuff, and it's just blatant.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of symbols, and the symbol, the ritual, the sigils. Basically, what people aren't understanding is this is a way of mind control. What they're doing is they're making it seem cool and putting it in everybody's mind and everything, and this is a form of mind control. What they're doing.
And
I've
everybody
never
wants
seen-
to be like the MK Ultra victims. They want to be like these people that they see up on the screen who are MK Ultra programmed, and then they're getting the MK Ultra programs by following their example.
Right, right.
I mean, I like skin as much as the next guy, and but that's the bait. You know, there's always free cheese in a mousetrap.
Uh-huh. And what they do, you got to understand, is the way that they hook in is they get these kids, and like this girl right here, I forget what the hell all these people's names are, but they'll get them from like Nickelodeon, and they'll be all like, you know, nice and cute and like whatever and wholesome and stuff. And then as the kids grow up with them, they'll lead them right into hell. They'll lead them, and then you know what I'm saying, and then they'll turn into a complete demon. I mean, look at this stuff that's on the VMA. This
Man,
looks like a porn show.
Yeah, You see how they've like totally accepted Marilyn Manson now? Marilyn Manson used to be a reject 20 years ago. Now look at him. He's like one of their, hood ornaments.
Absolutely. Everybody hated Manson when he first came on the scene, man. Everybody hated him, and for good reason.
For
Yeah,
good
he's got
reason.
front row.
So this is going on right now?
Right.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, my old lady was flipping channels, and I was like, go back. She's like, no, it's going to be on the next channel. I'm like, I thought, bullshit. No, it was on every damn channel.
But are you guys seeing how, I mean, when did they just start going like just completely, naked and doing all this stuff? Like, look at this. Like, are you
Like back
kidding
in the
me?
day,
Are
they
you
had like
kidding me with this?
the standards and practices guys that would like pull the plug on this shit, and now it's like, fuck it, just do whatever.
Yeah, they're just letting it loose, man. I live next to a high school, and you see this kind of shit all the time. All the kids dressed like this. It's really sick, because they're following the lead of these people who are MK Ultra programmed, and they're taking whatever, they want to be trendy. They want to, you know what I mean? They want to be popular. You know what I'm saying? So it's not their fault that they're being indoctrinated and being forced into this demoralization, but it's sad to see, man, because you see it more and more every year.
Yeah, it's getting gnarlier and gnarlier. Like everything is like cranking up.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric, we're talking earlier, we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on while the VMAs are happening, and there's a whole bunch of weather warfare going on. We had some explosions earlier.
That's why it's on 17 channels. They don't want you to go outside and look in the sky.
Yeah, Richie was at the park today, and he was showing nobody. Like it's like in the middle of summer, and there's absolutely nobody at the park in the middle of the city in Boston. It's just crazy. You would think there'd be kids or something.
Kids don't go outside anymore. They're too addicted to their video games.
That's true, man. My kids don't go outside unless I take them outside.
That's crazy, man. I live at the beach, so people go outside here still.
I moved down here. I've moved from Austin to Corpus so I could pump the brakes and go fishing, right? This is my beach. I'm from Texas. This is my beach, right? We've been there probably 5 or 6 times. Been down here for 4 years already.
Man, you got to get your kids outside cutting the grass or something. Like that's.
We live in a small apartment. They gotta cut the grass.
Hey, that's one thing about Pokemon that's actually good.
Well, yeah, I was actually about to say that, dude.
Yeah,
but the thing is, man, it's a giant intelligence gathering network.
Oh yeah.
That's what I
was just saying. At least while they're gathering data and being like little spies for the government, they're getting outside. But they're intelligence gathering. They have to get outside. The government has to put them outside to intelligence gather.
Oh man, I got good notes on that Pokemon, the origins of the creator and everything. I'll have to put that out to you guys because it's in my notepad. But it is sick, man, the way this guy tweaked all his angles with all his buddies at the CIA and everything. Because his version 1.0 was going nowhere. So then he got in with Nintendo and said, go for it. Boom, launched it. Huge success. The CIA and the NSA, they're taking notes.
Oh yeah, big
It's
time.
easy data mine.
I know there's more of an agenda of them wanting everybody to be more sedentary than being active.
Right, and that's the truth, man. And I noticed that one day, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm falling into the trap. I started working out, like I don't leave the house a lot, because I kind of got this stuff I got to do on the computer. But I grabbed this cinder block and start doing squats. I'll start, getting my strength back.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I work in an office job, and instead of just sitting there all day, I just stand up and work on my computer.
I stand up about half the day. I'll stand up about half the day for sure, man, because I can't just sit there.
What is this?
There's actually a thing I was reading not too long ago where they've changed it for adults on, how they said get as much exercise as you can?
Yeah.
Now they changed it to where they're saying that you only need 30 minutes of exercise a day.
Wow, changing your standards. Let's see if you'll buy it.
Because, I'm just what? They expect people to just be sedentary for 23.5 hours a day?
See, I went to nursing school, right? And half of the when I had to do these science classes, you know, the prereqs, and half of the people in class were going to nursing school, and the other half were kinesiology. They were going to be like football coaches for high schools and stuff like that, right? And when something like that, just 30 minutes a day, you'd see them all. No, no, no. They'd all light up and start telling you what you're supposed to be doing every day. And so I started listening to those guys, and I learned me some kinesiology.
Yeah, and another thing is I was talking to a parent, or someone that had kids, and they were talking about how different they, because they asked them, they go, "What did you learn today?" And this is one thing that they're doing is they don't have the kids on a single desk anymore. They have them in these they have them where they share, and they're all like together. And I was the reasoning why is because they're taking out individual thought, and these things like really kind of affect kids. Like when
the
we were in
hive
school,
mind.
yeah, when we were in school, it was individual desks and stuff, and what we learned is completely changing now. All the isms are being taught. I mean, you're not even supposed to. I didn't even think you were supposed to learn any of that in school. You're supposed to learn reading, writing, arithmetic, logic. They're taking all that out.
Yeah, I actually just graduated from high school 3 years ago. I'm 21, and I was seeing all of those changes in high school.
Yeah,
Like
Eric,
Common Core was coming up and everything.
Man, my kid comes home and he's like, "Daddy, I don't get this math." He's in the 6th grade, right? And I'm like, "Why are they teaching you how to do it like this? This is retarded." I said, "No." I told him I taught him to reduce, like with fractions. He never even heard that concept before. I'm like, "You're in the 6th grade, you ain't heard reduce yet?" I was like, "Screw what your teacher's saying." I said, just reduce that shit and that's your answer. And then and he's like, "Well, I got it wrong because I didn't show my work." I'm like, "Okay, play their game, show your work."
No, even if they show the work and it's the right answer, they mark it down and they say, "Oh, you didn't come to it in the right way."
Right.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is like,
What are you talking about?
I got to the it doesn't matter how I got to the end of the road, I got there.
But
Yeah,
they're
that's
going.
exactly what was happening with me inside of school, because in senior year, I already had all my credits and everything, but they were just adding classes because I needed classes for the last year. They gave me some stupid math class or whatever, and they're giving me like problems doing math. I'm answering them all right, perfectly fine. But then she's still trying to film me for the class saying, "You got the right answers, but you weren't doing the answers the way how you were supposed to be doing them." And then we'll give me a diagram on how I'm supposed to do the answers.
And this is what they're teaching kids how to think wrong.
Exactly. I graduated school with a 3.98 GPA, and she's going to come out of nowhere saying, "Oh, this is the new concept that you have to learn." No, if I got a 3.98 out of 4, that means I was doing the right thing the whole time. This crap that you're teaching is completely stupid.
It is
and that's
stupid.
why you're stupid.
Somebody tried to explain to me. I got into a thing on Facebook because their kid was like was like a Common Core like whatever like really taking it too, and there was these parents that were talking about like what the hell is going on, like like this isn't the way that you're supposed to do math, and this parent was like fighting for Common Core, saying like, "Oh no, some kids think different, blah blah blah," but they're giving the kids that are are not smarter higher grades than the kids that are doing it correctly.
Oh wow, that's twisted.
It's like, whoa, they're screwing the kids up, gnarly.
So let me tell you, the first time I saw this going into effect was I think my first year in college after I got out of the Army, and it was like 2003, 2004, something like that, right? And I thought I was a Johnny Badass with math, right? I was taking algebra in college, and I made a 39 on a test, right? And I went to my teacher, and I'm like, "What's up, man?" He goes, "Well, you got the right because x equals 15, whatever, right?" He goes, "But you did it wrong." I'm like, "If you tell me that one more time, I'm going to be pissed off." And so, like, he was scared of me after that, and I got a gentleman's D. That was my grade. That dropped my GPA down so damn bad, I never recovered from it because of a gentleman's D. I basically made
what the hell is a gentleman's D?
Basically, I made like a 60. That was my average, I guess, because of my low test scores. And don't get me wrong, I was missing Some of them. Some of them I got wrong. But some of them I got right, and he said I did it wrong, and he X'd it out. I'm like, man. I was like, I don't know how you do it. So I started working with these engineers, where the direction I was moving, and I figured it out. I got the math. I figured it out. But I'll take that gentleman's D, whatever, because that's how George Bush passed college. He got a gentleman's D.
George Bush.
Yeah. So I ain't tripping, man. I got out of college. I had the VA pay for it, GI Bill. That was my drinking money, pretty much.
Cincinnati right now is under some serious water.
Hey, Eric,
Do
so
some screen
that
shares.
senior year of your school was Philly ISD, Philly schools?
Oh, that was actually inside of Trenton,
Trent,
New Jersey.
okay. Man, cause back in '92 when I graduated, they said that's when they first rolled out the tests, and they said you did crappy on your junior year, so you got to retake just the math part, but you did good on everything else. And I'm like, what is this? And they're like, oh, it's a new task test. You can't graduate without it. And I barely skated through, and I didn't care because I was on my way. I was joining the Army, man.
Where is this, Eric?
That's inside of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ohio's getting rain bombed?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even keep up with the amount of rain bombs that are going on.
Like they said in the Bible, dude, it's like in the days of Noah, man.
Hey, look at that sky.
Well,
Wicked.
I will say something about the sky. What they say on this incoming system is we're supposed to see more and more red and shades of red because of the iron oxide, apparently. And you're seeing that blood moon that was unscheduled the other day, and that might have just been a super moon, and you just, because of the atmospheric conditions and all the iron oxide, it might have just been red as shit. Now you're seeing all this pink. Where was this?
Very good point. Very good point. All that's in the atmosphere. Hey, and down here, I live across the street from a damn air base, right? And these Navy trainers. And I used to set up all their encryption for them before I got let go. And I see some of the most beautiful skies out here. And I know they're all artificial and poisoned, but they're so pretty.
I was actually going to say that this looks more of a purplish, and I was thinking
really
with
does.
the VMAs going on, and then
Purple's
purple
been
being the
moving.
sacrifice number, sacrifice color.
Oh wow.
I'm with you, man.
Where is this?
Cincinnati?
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Damn.
Wicked.
You got any
Man,
more
I'm telling you,
pictures?
I'm at sea level, and me and my wife already talked about it. There's a coming storm, and we're going to have to outrun it and hit the higher ground. And Austin, Texas, is about as good as it gets. That's only 641 feet above sea level.
Are you talking about the systems that are coming in off the Atlantic, swooping in to the
Right.
bottom?
I believe we're going to get some of it. I believe the Texas Gulf Coast will get some of that.
Yep.
And I've been through floods out here already about 5 or 6 times since I've been here. And it's impressive what they can dump on this. And they've already done the harvest. The crops, the cotton, the corn, everything's cut. So now they're going to flood the fields. And there's still floods from the last damn rain. Like in the medians and on the corners of certain fields, Zika. That's all I can think of. All up and down between here and Mexico, you see bodies of water on the side of the highway.
Yeah, and then with it comes mold problems. You're gonna have the mosquito problems, and then they introduced that. You know what I'm saying? They created the perfect storm because they were screwing with all the genetic modification mosquitoes and stuff in Rio.
You know they got paid to do that.
I can't help but think that they're setting up the perfect storm in order to put everywhere in emergency. I feel like they're trying to stop the election, put everything into military mode. And I mean, at this point, it's kind of hard not to say that we're not feeling the effects of whatever this system is. Whatever I mean, Planet X, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's kind of like overwhelming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this all engineered, or did they know that this was coming? AKA the bunkers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything like this, all the heeds of warning, all their jumping on, climate change and global warming and stuff. They knew that something was coming. And it's hard to get real.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you or anything, but you can buy the Zika virus right online.
Yeah, if you got $500,000, the lab in England
Not
will
even.
sell it to you.
It's only like $450 to buy it.
Why
You
would
just
you
get a
want to
small.
buy? Why
Yeah,
would
You
you
just get a
want to
small
buy the
sample of
Zika
it, though.
virus?
so you can
I
sell it to
know,
your
right?
neighbors.
That's the
It's
stupidest thing
crazy.
ever. You could buy the Zika virus. Are you shitting me?
They made it in a
I'm
lab
not.
in England.
Yeah, I'm not shitting you, man. You can buy that shit right online.
Yeah, you can buy it instead of a little tube, then you just get a little carrier or whatever, and then have it multiply, and then you can have as much of it as you want.
And the best
Why?
part
I don't
about
understand how that's like bioterrorism.
yeah, your very own.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
What? What are they saying? The reason is for like, why would somebody want to buy Zika?
Apparently it's to put down your animals or something. Like I'm not sure. Like
From what I was saying, it was more for educational purposes.
I guess
Yeah,
so. For more labs, so they can learn
But
more
still,
from it.
they claim educational purposes for almost everything that's experimental.
No doubt.
They're always going to have some sort of, nice facade or some like, educational, we're doing this for your protection. That now, before every Dolphins game, they're going to completely drench in chemicals. And that ties back in with money through the governor and the mayor, all this stuff. They had these contracts, basically. Contracts are from the devil, I'm telling you. And they get the money, and then they come out with the scare, and it's problem, reaction, solution. And
Yeah.
they know how to make the money while they're creating all this chaos and death and hell.
Man, greed is the ultimate motivator, and it just disgusts me about how dedicated these people are to screwing us.
Well, these people are that what happens is they get addicted to their very plush lifestyle,
Yeah.
and that needs to be funded, and they get addicted to that lifestyle, and they need buco money to keep that up.
In the city of Corpus Christi City Council, right? We keep getting these like city managers. They'll leave the job after a couple of years, right? And guess what they're doing now? Like lobbying for Chevron, lobbying for ExxonMobil, because they get in good with all these. Because this is refinery country out here in Corpus, right? And so they get in tight with them, and then they start making buku bucks.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
addictive,
revolving
I
door.
guess.
And that's what they
Yeah,
do when
revolving
they're
door.
in. That's what they do when they're in government service. All they're doing is making connections and promises, and then they have a hand in changing legislative, like Monsanto. Like Monsanto
Yeah.
put out basically spies into the government realm that just did all their bidding, and then as soon as they get out, they go right back into Monsanto. They're working for
Right.
Monsanto
And
the whole time.
the minute they say EPA, they're like, no. Don't worry about the EPA. We got that taken care of.
Yep.
Dirty pool, man. Like I had this army buddy. He came home. He was messed up. He got into he had an IED, hit his Humvee, right? But like, part of me thinks because when we worked together, he was a first lieutenant with the NBC Chemical Company Warfare, and he poisoned. I watched him poison a body of water that these people were relying on, and then we stealthily moved out. And I'm like, karma's gonna catch up to that dude. I ran into him, man. He's missing half the side of his mouth of teeth, and he's all messed up because of that IED. And I'm thinking, A, that IED was a dick move, or B, that's karma, because the U.S. government gave him those bottles to dump in.
Well, on
And
top
PhD in chemical engineering. PhD. This guy was smart.
well, on top of everything, we got the wars that are coming up. So I mean, they're
Oh yeah, those are all.
I mean, everything is brewing. It's coming. It's literally like all coming to a head, and it's like on every front. It's getting scary.
Mhm. You guys on the for real? I believe there will be foreign troops on Texas soil, like UN or somebody saying, "Oh, we're here to help," because I don't think American government is going to put their fingerprints on this, because it's just going to be a train wreck, right? But they'll bring in the UN troops, and blue helmets are easy to spot. We had to deal with them in Bosnia when we were out there, and they were getting shot at more than we were. because we had we were waving the red, white, and blue, and we had our all of our gear, but we weren't wearing blue UN. We were NATO at the time.
NATO's getting pumped up to be the
Yeah.
global police force right now. That's what they were talking about with the referendum, having the £1 trillion expenditures for basically this world government police force, and that's the beast. That's going to get
That's the
teeth
beast,
real
man.
quick.
Yeah.
Right now it doesn't have teeth. It'll have teeth real quick. Believe me. Watch.
I believe they're gonna come to Texas, man.
Actually, I shouldn't even say they don't have teeth, because look at this. I mean, everybody's been seeing these right here
Yeah.
in Texas, and going on trains right here. You know what I'm saying? The UN vehicles,
Yeah.
trucks. They're on. Let me see here. On trains, right? Trains in Texas.
So down here, down where I'm at, I get to see there's only two major roads that come up out of Mexico through the checkpoints and then go out to the rest of Texas, right? Along the road 77, Highway 77, there's this train line that's been here for years, right? And it comes out of the port of Matamoros because they pay less tariffs when like Toyota or whatever ships into Mexico, and then they put them on trains there and send them up. And then Ford and GM and all of them, they're down in Mexico sending trains up.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's all the American jobs. They're over in Mexico.
And they set it up. They set up everything to where we're basically getting our jobs lifted from us through all these corporate, deals and NAFTA and GATT and TPP and stuff like that.
Most of these companies,
because they already used America. They needed America strong for them to gain power, right? They gained power. Now they're putting down America like a fucking like a dog, and they're gaining their world power now. Now we're gonna start to see them gain their world power and their world government and their world army. The first step was America getting big. And it wasn't because, it was the money that went into it was these same people that are taking it down now.
Yep. Man, it's just so unfortunate. And then, and some of the freight is so crazy. I'm about a half from the train, and the freight, the tonnage that they move through here on them rail lines, it shakes the earth when it comes through here, right? And then the train guys, they got work. They never have to worry about a job because they're having to tear up these rails and put in new ones about every 3 months. They're pushing through on these rail lines going north.
Did you just say 3 months?
About 3 months. Every 3 months, you see these huge machines going up and down the lines, replacing rail, replacing those wooden things, the railroad ties. And these guys, they never get a day off. You always see them. They're always busting their ass, And the next thing you know, here comes another heavy ass train, And so I can't tell you what they're hauling on every one of them, but I do know this. There's a company called Pioneer and Magenta. Both of them are down there near.
Hold up. Pioneer and Magenta.
Okay, the chemical companies, Pioneer and Magenta. I got pictures of it. I have to show those two. But they make these GMOs. They make them down there right north of the Mexican border, right? And they got all these huge Rio Grande farmlands, right? That's the ag belt for Texas is down there, right? And then they put all that grain and everything.
How do you
on
spell
Pioneer? Pioneer. I do believe. And then, here's the best part. So me and my lady go across the bridge the other day to go get some meds and stuff down there in Mexico, and we come back. They got, I swear to Jesus, 100 trucks. Just less than 100 trucks sitting in this parking lot full of cotton, full of grain, full of corn. And cotton, though, you know why? Because they ship it south to the Levi's factory little sweatshop. And that's where they make all your Levi's, all your Wranglers, all that stuff. They make. That's why all of our cotton, because this is cotton country down here where I live. And they send it, and all these trucks, these 18-wheelers, are just pushing truckload of cotton, one after another, the whole
And
time we
nearly
were there.
all the cotton is genetically modified.
Right, and it's all genetically modified. I've picked it a few times, a cotton blossom. Because that used to be a big thing to, back in Texas was to, give your lady a first cotton blossom of the year. And now you look at them and they look way different.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. 90% of all cotton is genetically modified.
So my blue jeans are probably polyester now.
And then these booms that people are hearing and all kinds of different things in the night, they're doing nonstop 24/7. I actually had a gnarly dream, and this is exactly what it was out in the middle of the desert. But these deep underground, I don't even want to call them military bases. They're networks, because they got these things, right, and these things are nuclear powered, and they're basically making an underground where just the elite are, right? And they have these things, right, where the trucks go in. They're making the trucks so the truck drivers don't even drive them. They're computer driven.
Robots.
Basically, yeah. And the reason they're doing this is because they know the shit's gonna go down, and they still need their supplies, and they still need everything to run. Let me see this truck company.
Are you talking about the underground base you saw underneath of that pyramid-like structure? It looked like the money store.
Yep.
You guys, I'll tell you what was really dope, though. I'll just interrupt. The commander that I did some encryption work for, right? The only reason he's at the base is to fly maintenance flights for these T-45 Goshawk airplanes, right? And he finally called me and said, "Hey, man, we're going for a flight tonight. We've got to test all these new engines. Recently, we had a crash, so we had to test all the engines, right?" He goes, "I finally got a seat for you. You want to go?" I'm like, "Hell yes, man! Coolest thing I've ever seen, ever." Up there, we can see the curvature of the Earth at the altitude we were at, and there's two planes, but all of them Rolls-Royce engines, and they're trainers. That's some kick-ass planes, man. Highlight of my 4 years from being living down here.
They had this big thing. Why did I just put that goat in there? Because that's the symbol of this this truck company. I forget. They unleashed it. Guess where? They unleashed it. I think this is it. They unleashed it at the it's in Nevada. It's at the dam, the Hoover Dam.
Wow.
And they had this big. Yeah, they had this big. Let me see here. Hoover Dam.
Oh, and that movie I watched today, that World of Warcraft, the Temple of Baal. What is that? That gate, that looking little like satanic, arch gate. They had that on the movie. They were really pushing it.
The Arch of Bell? Or
Yeah.
Arch of Triumph? Yeah.
The BAAL, whatever that is. They had that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. I said, that's the Arch of Baal. I said, they're just straight up throwing it on the movie now.
And then
The same way they did with the new Star Trek movie. With
Crazy.
the
I want to see that
Nibiru.
Star Trek.
Yeah, they made the new one with AI using a mechanical arm. A replica.
That's a trip, man. I want to see that. I'm a big nerd for Star Wars and Star Trek movies, man.
I've never saw Star Trek. I've just been told about it.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. If you like some sci-fi, man, put your time in. The new ones are decent, very decent, man. I give them props.
Yeah, I barely watch any movies or TV shows. It's a rare occasion if I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm mostly
can't
doing
watch.
movies. So, like my wife, she convinces me to unplug, and I will unplug, and I will take some family time. We'll kick back, watch a movie, and chill. Rare, but it
I can
happens.
only watch movies and television, but for so long. I'd rather watch a good documentary.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what my wife said. She's like, "How come you always want to watch like this ancient aliens and all this stuff?" And I'm like, "Because I take notes with this. I don't give two shits about the Notebook."
Exactly.
Crying about some old love. I was like, "You show me something I can learn from, and we'll party."
Damn, this goat thing, I can't find it, but they had this big. This was the same night that they had this right here. It was like an unveiling of these self.
And how is that a job creator? If you got robot trucks driving around, there goes half your workforce, losing their job because they can't drive a big rig no more.
To my understanding, these are supposed to be being used inside the long Nevada stretches, like
way
where
out
there's
in the desert.
no stops for tens of miles or hundreds of miles, however long rest stops
Right.
are.
Wait, say it again.
Usually they'll go about 500 miles because that's like 8 hours of work, and then they make the truckers stop every 500 miles for rest, right? But these robot trucks, all they got to stop for is more gas.
Yeah, and you know that they're putting in technology since they're not going to have truckers in there that are whatever. I guarantee that that some the ones that they're making. I mean, we know that they have the technology. They just don't want to have it on the open roads and have it susceptible to
Oh, they can hack it. They can hack a Jeep. They can hack lots of vehicles. And so why couldn't they hack an 18-wheeler?
Oh, let's check this out, dude. Have you guys seen this? Michael Hastings. Have you seen this?
I've only heard that name recently. I haven't looked into it yet. But Hastings, yes, because I kept remembering the record shop.
Okay, check this out. They hacked his car and they sped it up and they killed him.
They hacked it.
Yeah, they hacked into his BMW and they pressed down the thing, the gas, and they killed him.
That's why I rebuilt a 20-year-old car, a 1996 Toyota Tercel. There's nothing they can hack on that old beast. And it's a gas sipper. That's my Plan B car. My wife's got that nice Kia, man. I think that thing's hackable. I do believe.
Especially any of those keyless cars. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I kept telling my mom that. I said they can just come up to you with a Wi-Fi open on their laptop and talk to your because you got a brand new Jeep. I said they can pop the locks on that and steal it quick. No, not.
That's how the car thieves these days, especially here in LA, they just roll up with a laptop and they do some quick stuff. It's been seen on cameras. They just roll up with the laptop. They put in the code, or they already know which one they're gonna get, and they just go bop. They get in, and then they sit there on their laptop, and they could turn it on through the laptop.
That's a good burn, man.
All it is just a special Bluetooth signal.
Yeah, and the best part is Bluetooth only works with a 10-foot radius, so you can walk up to a fleet of vehicles and just keep hitting that code. One of them's gonna pop,
Well, it's like they had at that conventions, they had them trucks, and they were talking about them stolen trucks. They were putting jammers in them.
They got them in the back. I believe that to be true. I do, because I've seen it. Matter of fact, every time the Blue Angels, I've graduated 3 guys from this flight school. 3 guys went to the Blue Angels. And every time the Blue Angels come into town, they got this jammer that comes with them. It's this AWAC that flies about 5 miles up, well, about 2 miles up. You can see it. And it jams everything within, I would say, half a mile outside of the base perimeter. So, like, my friends who have houses out there, their Wi-Fi is knocked out. Their cell phones have got shit signal. It's the craziest jamming signal I've ever seen. It is fucking badass, man. It's the best jammer I've ever seen. It jams everything on the base, just specifically so they can have clean air for the flight show.
Well, Eric, when you were in conventions, what was it like going by the trucks?
By the trucks, couldn't get any signal at all.
Yeah, you would see it go down to nothing really quick, right?
Yeah, like you'll go from full bars to 1 bar in like a matter of seconds.
Wow, man. I wonder what kind of radius
Check this out. See that? And then look at. See how fast he was going? And look at what they did. They blow it up. Did you see that?
Wow. Now, was that guy like one of the Hillary Clinton whistleblowers, or was that guy just an experimental?
No, he was a journalist that was that pretty much was looking into Obama and then all of a sudden he was saying to people how he was being followed and this and that, and he was pretty high level.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he was saying how they were following him and this and that, and he even gave a thing in case I die, and then this happens.
So look, that's why like that lady on TV when she was getting arrested, that black girl, she was all like, "If I'm not suicidal, if I turn up dead, the cops kill me." She was telling everybody on the news. She's getting arrested. I was like, wow, man, gotta watch my back. Well, hey guys, I gotta bounce, man. My lady's getting everything tied up for the evening, man. Y'all be cool, man. Much love, for real.
All right.
Yeah, man, you too. Absolutely, always, Medic. Man, we hope you feel better, man.
Man, I think I'm gonna have a good tomorrow, dude. I'm like, cause when this comes, it hits me hard, man. And like like when you've been down and it sucked really bad, and you're down there at the bottom, and then you get better, and it feels like you've never felt before. It's like wonderful. That's what I'm approaching, man. And that might not last more than a couple of days, man. But I'm gonna take what I can get.
All right, brother.
All right, peace out, guys.
Later.
Have a good one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of weird stuff with this Michael Hastings death, man. And then afterwards, it looked like people there that already knew, like it was like set up. They already had these people out there, and they were like doing. And then they put a sheet over the car, right? They put a sheet over the car, which is like they put it in like on the driver's side, and then they said that the engine was found like on the other like a block away. How are you going to get into an accident and the engine's going to fall out? That seems like it was blown up. It seems like they had something in the car. They hacked it. They stepped on the gas so he couldn't like get out, and then they blew it up.
Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah,
engine
they-
fall out, that
too.
sounds like nearly impossible.
They could have propped a brick up one of the gas pedal.
I mean, they've already admitted, hey, this is maps. They've already admitted that they can hack people's cars. Like, this isn't something new. This is something that they've been doing for a long time, and like for us to like even think for a minute that that's not a possibility is like silly.
What's up with your new image, Maps? What is that?
I changed my image to this just like random ass picture I took of this Lego character I built.
Snowmobile, right?
Yeah, it's like a little dude on a snowmobile, and he's like carrying. It was like a part of a set, and he like pulls around this like blue globe thing that you can like put like treasure into. I don't know.
I actually thought that was a Lego version of the Mars rover.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, I found the set in the trash. I'm not an avid Lego builder or anything like that. It was just like, oh, this is like something fun to do when I'm bored, and that's what it turned into.
You got the octahedron back there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Saturn worshiper.
Yeah, yeah, right. I'm a Reptoid, remember?
Or I was getting hit with the platonic solids.
Yeah. Just, carry him around with him when he's going around Mars, no problem.
Carry around the power of Saturn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look into the whole cube and the Saturn thing, it just starts getting crazier and crazier. I always try to figure out what it really. I mean, it's just like I guess they're God, I can't even say it. Saturn worshippers, and if you look at Freeman Fly, he does a really good thing on the logos on that.
I think that ties into Metatron's cube, because Metatron was supposed to be the highest of the angels, and a lot of people relate him to Enoch. But the sacred geometry of Metatron's cube literally has nothing to do with Metatron. They just attached his name to it.
Right, and you can't even have the what is it? The Metatron's cube is also what's that triangle within a triangle within a triangle? It's called like a
The Merkaba?
Merkaba.
Yeah,
Merkaba.
the Merkaba. Yeah.
Well, you can fit all of the platonic solids at once into that Metatron's cube. That would be your God particle.
Huh, that's interesting, because from what I understand from the story is that, like how you were saying, Enoch, once Enoch got pulled up into the heavens, he got turned into Metatron or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure I was getting that right.
Well, James, you're presenting. You should actually look up CERN platonic solids. Look up, and you will actually see their documents they have up on their server. So I'm not shitting you about this. Like they actually do use this, so it's a very big possibility they're using the Metatron's cube to fit all those platonic solids and crunch them together.
What do you think that would do, though? Like, what would be the purpose of that?
Harnessing energy.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow. Go back to web, and you should maybe it'd be on the document server. Shout out to everybody in the chat: Qatar, Joe Best, Justin in Buffalo, Christina, Marie W. Everybody can join if they want. Can you post a link in the chat?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing again. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hold up.
There you go. I see one on the CERN document server.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I need to. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about the chat.
It's all right. Hey, I think I saw one of my videos that came up in the Google search. If you click on that, that should actually have in the description like a crap ton of links that'll send you to CERN documents.
Videos?
Mm-hmm. When you search CERN platonic solids, there it is, 777 Baltimore Jade Helm. That's my video. If you click on that, the description has a whole crap ton of links for CERN documents.
Is that weird to you when your own videos show up when you're like searching things?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I got used to it, I guess.
Yeah, right on.
It's creepy though, seeing James, because he's searching it.
No, yeah, you're like watching somebody else come up with like your links and stuff. No, that's real.
So is this right here?
Yeah, it should be in the description.
Tell me what I'm going for.
You'll see it. It looks like it's taking a little bit to load, but once you get to the description, you'll see CERN document server, CERN document server, CERN document server. It's like 10 of them.
I didn't know this about CERN, but they got so much stuff going on. They're like a powerhouse of like all kinds of experiments going down.
I wonder what the levels are right now because the VMA's going on. I wonder what kind of levels they're actually operating at.
Do you know of a quick place I could go to check the levels?
I could try to find for you. Did you go to the description, read more, show more, whatever? Yeah.
Thought I did. It's not doesn't like me.
It doesn't like me either.
Oh, while this is loading, I found out more stuff on the Washington Monument about the
black goo.
No, about the shadow that it makes. I mean the shape that it makes. The shadow makes, and it makes like a yin yang sign. If you look at the shadow of the Washington Monument and you track it, and then you trace that out, it makes like a yin yang.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is.
Resent the link for the real-time Large Hadron Collider statistics. I put it in the chat.
All right, I gotta get to that. All right, hold on. Just tell me what to do here.
What? Oh, just scroll down, man. You'll see a whole bunch of links to CERN document servers on platonic solids of every different type.
Platonic solids? Damn, yeah. You put a whole bunch of stuff in here, man.
Yeah, look at that list. He's on it, yo. It's not playing around.
Well, which one should I go to? Oh, the tetrahedron?
Yeah, any one of them. Any one of them. Some of them might have been scrubbed because while I was actually making that video, some of them were scrubbed and I had to use like cached links.
Oh, really? Fucking A.
Yeah. Weird.
Oh, they're definitely scrubbing the internet daily because a couple weeks ago I was researching Nextrad and I got so many images and I went back today and I put it in the same exact thing that I put in when I was doing it and none came up. Like there was like one. and it was like way down.
Because they know you're looking. They know you're looking, and they know who you are, and that you're going to broadcast it. You know.
But how
man.
do they? How
They're
can they scrub the internet?
They're operating at really high levels right now.
You know what? And you know what? If you you got to put into the equation, you got to put in D-Wave, because you know that they're unleashing that, and we're thinking that some of these things are like, paid informants and people that are doing things. I guarantee that thing is working on overdrive with its qubit power, keeping us down. Doing all kinds of stuff, recording, like you said, like the IP address, and then it knows your IP address. It slows you down. Like all day yesterday, I couldn't upload a video. All day, I put all 4 of the videos that I did. It wouldn't upload all day. It just said uploading in progress, and it wouldn't upload.
Oh my god.
I've never had that problem. I did have a problem where I was uploading your stream. When the one I mirrored of us and Maps, it was like at 95% for like 6 hours or something ridiculous like that.
Right.
Really? Jesus. Hey, when me and James were in a chat the other day, James's computer got shut down, and then it was still streaming for a second there. But then when the chat ended, and I looked at the chat, it said that there was an unknown person in the chat, and it just said unknown. It didn't have a name. It just said unknown.
Yeah, I see that a lot. When I go into live streams, it'll say you were in a chat with an unknown person, and I don't know.
Like, what the fuck is that? What is that all about? Like,
it's a mystery.
It is a mystery for sure, but I do see it quite a bit. I'm sure you do too, Eric.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of already know who it is.
That's
People
true.
that watch us every single time we go live.
well,
You guys
yeah.
talking about the unknown person, right? It just went blank for me for a while, because they could take that and then they could enter, and then they don't say anything, and then they could use a trick to shut down the feed.
Yeah, and I feel like that's exactly what happened the other day.
That's exactly what happened. They popped in, they waited, and then they used the trick to shut it down. I don't know how to do that, but I've heard that that's what they could do. I heard so many people were saying, don't put the link in the chat.
Yeah, don't put the link in the chat. It's better off just personally messaging the people that you want to join, because you never know who's listening or watching that chat.
I didn't know that. I was just, I mean, I don't have that many subscribers. I was like, whatever. I feel, I don't know why, but I feel like they have their eye on me, and I'm like, why?
Well, if it's a problem, you can boot them, right, Eric?
Not necessarily.
Not
They're
necessarily, yeah.
showing up in the chat. Because what happens is, there could be people watching right now. Let's say we had 200 people watching, but there's only 10 active people in our chat. Then we only see those 10 people in the chat. We don't see the other 190 people listening.
Right, because I was going, when it gets done and it posts up, it goes 300. And I go, wait, it just said there was only 10. So how did that many people from the time that we ended, and it goes up right away, how it didn't get that many? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you only are shown what are the people in the chat active.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
Right.
What's up, Matt? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
That's good, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
What's it like over there in Canada? Where are you in Canada?
I'm in Lethbridge, Alberta. It's
And
it's been bombing with chemtrails over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, just crazy. Just exactly as every video that Richie from Boston has posted, all those chemtrails, that's as many as we've gotten here.
Wow, dude.
It's crazy.
And you're getting bombarded with storms too, because I see you live stream, and every time you live stream, there's like ridiculous storms happening.
And we've had more rain here than we ever had. It's crazy.
You and Through the Haze, you guys are in the same community?
Yeah. Actually, he only lives a couple blocks from me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how I heard about you, was through him, and you started your channel. You guys have a new channel called Time for Clarity. So
Yeah, we'll be posting some stuff up on there. I actually had just messaged you there if you guys want to join up on a live stream in the next couple days here.
sure, man, sure. And I'll try to put your channel out.
All right, thanks,
What's your
man.
channel's name?
This one is Matt M, and the other one is Time for Clarity.
Time for Clarity, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a collaboration with like him and Through the Haze, I think, because you guys both operate the channel, right?
Yeah, yeah. Me and him are both managers on the channel there.
Yeah, Matt does like he does streams, and Through the Haze does like decoding in the same kind of vein as the things I do, and or Casey from Enter the Stars.
You guys have anything to share, or you know, just let me know.
Oh yeah.
Lee Stewie, what's up?
What's up, Lee?
Hey, how's it going? I just watched the most terrifying thing on TV. Like, I'm not gonna sleep, you guys.
Are you talking about the VMAs?
Oh my gosh, like, okay, Beyonce's performance is going to give me nightmares.
Why?
Just the ritualistic, I don't know, just so much of it. Like, I was trying to screen grab so many photos. I've put them on my Twitter. But there was, like, a point where there was, like, dying angels on the stage, and, like...
What?
Yeah, it's insane.
Do you have any photos to share with us?
They are on my Twitter. I actually don't know how to screen share, so maybe Bernie Trump can, but... because I'm
gonna look
the whole live stream thing. Yeah, if you go to my my Twitter, I've posted a few.
Bernie Trump, can you go grab those and then come and share them?
Yeah, we'll do. I'm gonna go on Twitter right now. I got you.
Cool, because I don't have
There's also a 2-minute video of where these like falling angels are like falling behind her, where they're actually, it looks like they're getting shot, and then she's taken by like what looks like the Grim Reaper, and then she's reborn. Yeah, it's insane.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, speaking of that, you just said that, I find that pretty strange. Got breaking news that there's an active shooter situation at LAX airport.
No.
Again.
That's like
Man.
7 minutes away from my house.
Is it?
Again.
Again.
Eric, remember on the 9th of Av where they had that standoff?
Yeah.
This just happened
Yeah,
like
there's
not
a
even a month
mass
ago.
evacuation right now.
What? Let me hold on. I'm gonna screen share. I gotta grab some of this stuff.
So obviously the first time it happened, it was a drill.
That was up in New York, though.
No, the first time it happened here. This happened a couple months ago. Remember? And they got that guy that had the Alex Jones stuff in his bag or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
it was here in LA. It was here at LAX. Hold on. Let me see. LAX.
I'm seeing some stuff right now. They evacuated people onto the tarmac and everything.
Jesus, the tarmac.
You want to screen share, Eric?
Yeah, I'm about to do some screen shares right now.
So they also did that at JFK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says multiple calls are coming from Terminal 1, 5, and 7, the Los Angeles Police Department.
And 8.
Damn.
Possibly,
And 8 as well.
There are people possibly barricaded in bathrooms in Terminal 6.
Okay, so can we get the police?
Oh
scanner
man,
going?
here's another one.
Does someone have a police scanner?
Can you see my screen?
Oh,
can.
police scanner, good call, good call.
Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm about to play this quick video.
do it.
You know that something's gonna go down on the VMAs when they have cover.
Hey guys, I think we should end this stream and start a new stream to archive this, and then all the coverage on this LAX thing goes into a whole different thing, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Because this is massive right now.
I follow. What do you think, James?
I'm cool with anything, dude.
What about you, Bernie?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we should.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
All right.
Do you want me to start it up again or what?
Really up to you guys. If you want, we could put it on my channel.
All right, you're gonna contact. You got all of our things? Because it's, you know what I'm saying, Eric?
Yeah, 'cause I'm not in your thing.
Eric, you could send me a message and I'll send it out to them.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a standard hangout.
All right.
Well, let's do it because it's going on right now.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
I'm getting that stuff up. You guys can stay inside of this chat, and I'll send Bernie Trump the link.
Cool.
Getting my program started up. Actually, I'll put it inside the side chat right here for you guys.
Awesome.
Make it
Pretty
easier.
live right now because I'm finding the only stuff is on Twitter.
I just put it inside the side chat.
All right, man.
Oh, cool. I got it. All right.
Thanks to everybody in the chat and the 17 that are watching now. The 12 thumbs up, Illusion Shattered, Krieg's Vote, Christina. We were watching the VMAs earlier, and it was like the Goddard Tunnel all over again. Elaine, Justin in Buffalo, K Small.
You know, I love you guys in the chat. You know that I'm very not. I can't do it all, but I love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and come listen to us on the next stream that we're
And
about to go.
I get why Eric's doing this because people are gonna want to just go right to all the information on LAX.
Yeah, that's real.
Because you don't want to
issues
have
with that before, where it's just a stream so long that people don't even want to catch up.
Right. I get it. I get it totally.
All right, see you guys on the other side.
Titles for the stream. You know what I mean? More compartmentalized.
We'll see you over there.